So hello all. So today's problem is set matrix to zeros. So in this we have a given m into an integer matrix. If element is equal to 0, then we will set the entire rows and column to the 0. So we can see that if this here 0 present, so we will make all row and column to the 0, convert it to the 0. So similarly here too. So this 0 is present, we will simply make it as a 0. So what's the approach we can take here? Let's take one. So brush. So can we here we have a matrix, right? Let's create it. Okay, so here is a 1 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 1. Can we say that all this present as a 1? Suppose if any 0 is present in a row, can we make it as as 1 is present, so can we make it as -1? And here's also, can we make it as -1, and here's so as -1? Because suppose as we why we are doing this, suppose this is the one and we make all the rows as 0, but in the next iteration we found that here 0, we will keep this row this column to we'll make this column as 0 too. So to avoid this, first we will make the whole row and column to -1, then we will make it as a 0. This is the brute force approach. So let's try to code this approach. N is equal to matrix dot length. This is a row, and M is equal to matrix of 0 dot length. Okay. So what's the first? Let's iterate to I is equal to 0, I is equal to n, I plus plus for int j is equal to 0, j is equal to m, j plus plus. So as what we decided, if matrix of I and j is equal to 0, then we will call a method mark row as 0 with passing I, and mark column as 0 as we are passing the j. We are make that column as -1. So we need to pass 2-3 parameters like matrix I, n and m. Then simply here also matrix j, n and m. Okay. Then here we will create another method, public static mark row. Here will define integer matrix value, matrix int I, int n and int m. Okay, and here we will make a loop for int j is equal to 0, j is equal to n, j plus plus row. Okay, so matrix of I and j is equal to 0. We'll make them into the if condition. If both are 0, then we will make it as a matrix of I and j as -1. Okay, this will be this will work for our oh let's copy this, Control C, and for this will work for our column too. So we'll change it into the column, but in column here we are passing J, and here we will take M, and I have J is equal to 0, then we will mark as 0, and here also we will take as loop int I is equal to 0, I is equal to N, I plus plus, for int J is equal to 0, J is equal to M, J plus plus. Okay, then if matrix of I and J is equal to -1, then we will make it as I J as 0. So this will solve this problem, but as we see that here's we are uh, this will take a lot of complexity, which is near about uh, n cube, around cube level complexity, right? First we are moving m into n. Again we are doing m into n and m plus n, so this will go near about n cube. Can we solve them into the better one? Yes, we can. So yes, we can create a better solution. Let's first run this. Where's my okay? So my next optimal approach will be, can we keep an array like here I will create a array and simply check, will keep a track. If 0 comes here, then I will make it a row as 1. If I keep it as 1, wait a second. If I keep it as 1, then I can keep a track, and later on I will just make that rows and column to the 0, as we are creating one, or initially we will keeping at them 0. If any of the 0 comes, then we will make it as 1, that rows and columns, and at last we will check if both are 1, then we will simply make that rows as 0. So let's try that approach. So int n is equal to matrix dot length, int m is equal to matrix dot length, matrix of 0 dot length, int int call int row is equal to new int n, int column as new int m. What will we are doing, if int I is equal to 0, int I is equal to 0, I is equal to n, I plus plus, for int j is equal to 0, is equal to m, j plus plus. Okay, so here we will check if matrix of I and j is equal to 0, then we will make row as 0, row of I is equal to 0, and column of j is equal to 0. And here again we will traverse for int I is equal to 0, I is equal to n, I plus plus, for int j is equal to 0, j is equal to m, j plus plus. Check if row of I is equal to 0, or row of or column of j is equal to 0, then we'll as we don't includes 1, right, as we are not including 1, as we this position we are not included, so we will start from 1. So if a row of I is equal to 0, then we'll make matrix of I and j is equal to 0. Matrix of I, matrix of j is equal to 0. Let's get run. Till then I will just apply my charger. Okay. Wait a second. What condition is failed? Let's get checked. As they're saying, if I 4 2 3 1, okay, so I is equal to 0 0 1, array of I is 0. We have to keep them as 1, and then we will make them as 0, right? So still we are getting wrong, does so. Array of I is equal to 1, as we have decided to increment the value, so I want to make them as 1. Okay, so array of I, if any place 0 come, then we will increment array row of I is 1, row of j is equal to 1, and if these rows comes, and we will simply make at that place we can, I think we should make this as 0, as we have to start from base condition. Yeah, that's the problem. So yes, this is a solution. Next next will next next approach is, suppose as we are taking as we are keeping the array as here, so can we keep the array this one and another? If both the values collapse, then we will make a column at upper side. So how we will approach this problem? So int n is equal to matrix dot length, int m is equal to matrix of 0 dot length. Then we will keep ni column is equal to 0, and col is equal to column of 0 is equal to 1. Okay, so we'll make a loop. First, int I is equal to 0, I is equal to for rows will matrix of I and 0 for row, and for column matrix j 0 and j for column. Okay, so I is equal to 0 n I plus plus, for int j is equal to 0, j is equal to m, j plus plus, if matrix of I and j is equal to 0, then we will make matrix of row and column. So I as 0, so we will check if column call of 0 is equal to call call of 0 is equal to 0, then we'll make if we check at jet position, check at j is equal to 0, then we'll make at call of 0 is equal to 0, else we'll make column as 1. I think we'll have to make matrix of 0 of j is equal to 0. Okay, matrix of j is equal to 0, this condition. Yeah, can we keep not equal to 0? Okay. Next, for as we have created it to the 0, next we will make a loop and make them to 0. For int I is equal to 1, I is equal to n, I plus plus. For int j is equal to 1, j is equal to n, j plus plus. Okay, if matrix of I and j is not equal to, first first we will make it as 0, then next we will loop through and make them as 1. Not equal to 0, and here we will check if matrix of I or 0, I of 0 is equal to 0, or matrix of 0 j is equal to 0. We are checking if here is at any condition, here we have 0, then we will make the entire row as 0 is equal to 0. But what about this position, as we are taking it as I and j, then we will then suppose we have to keep a loop I is equal. So first we'll check if that rows is equal to 0, then we have to something about it. So if matrix is equal to matrix of 0 and 0 is equal to 0, then we'll for int j is equal to 0, j is equal to j is for m as we are as v 0 0, so then matrix of, as we need to keep I and 0 is equal to 0, and if column is equal to 0, then for int I is equal to 0, I is equal to here we need to keep n, as we are we need to keep as n, and as we are talking about n, here we will keep as m, and I plus plus a matrix of I 0 of j is equal to 0. Let's check a matrix of, not a statement. Why it is not a statement, as matrix of it's a okay is equal to 0. We haven't made 0. cannot find column of c2 is equal to 1. Yeah, this need to be correct. And j I1. That's the correction. So here we have to make a column of to 0, and for for row we have to make this. For column we have to create this, and for row column is equal to 0, then we'll make it as 0.